Good morning, it's Randytbird out here in Arizona on a nice Sunday morning. I had a great music show last night we played at, and we actually played with several iterations of our band at our drummer's birthday party last night up in the North Valley, way North Valley, almost actually was in Carefree, Cave Creek area. And we had people from different parts of our band history show up for the party and got to jam with those folks, and it was a real good time. I'd post music, but I don't need any copyright strikes, as nothing's really original, so it's pretty much all covers is what we do. But maybe some obscure covers, but still covers nonetheless. Hey, that was good. So got home fairly late, and then so I got up this morning, and the air feels good, and it's not as doesn't seem to be as humid as it was yesterday. It was pretty damp yesterday after the previous day's rain. But so just taking a ride today and enjoying the air this morning before it gets hot. It's supposed to be 100 today. All in all, not too bad. So as you can tell, the front end of my bike looks different. I've got my Reckless fairing, which I ordered some time ago, and finally came in. And these things are handmade one at a time in Memphis, Tennessee, I believe, by Reckless Industries. First class stuff. I really like it. So put it on yesterday, and it goes on pretty easy. And the only thing I don't like about it is it's the windshield was one of those flat windshields that you got to bend into shape. But all in all, I think it actually took longer to put the windshield on it than to mount the fairing to the bike. 4 bolts, easy peasy. It's got a nice gloss black finish on it, and it matches the bike perfectly. Really does a good job of blocking the wind. And just very comfortable. No turbulence. I think it's quieter behind the fairing than it was behind the windshield, and it just looks good on the bike too. I know I would get mistaken for a street bob or street glide, but it's not a street glide. So I did get a double take from another guy on another Heritage yesterday, like wondering like, what is that? So. But he gave it a couple looks and waved, and off he went, and looks like he had a brand new one as well. So good going, early going on the bike. Hey, I'd like to congratulate Harley Girl on her new Heritage. I'm really glad you're enjoying it. She's got the white sand pearl model and paint job, and that's a good looking bike, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. There's a lot less weight than the bike you were previously on, and it's just much more enjoyable to ride, I think. I mean, nothing against road glides. I know people are very happy with theirs, but me, as I've said before, I like a lighter bike, and obviously you can get wind protection for it if you are so inclined. So this is the second Reckless Industries fairing that I had, and the other one I had was also excellent. No issues with that, and I did change windshields a couple times because apparently I can't be satisfied with anything. But anyway, so I'm just kind of scouring the Craigslist and the upcoming swap meets for a 4.5-inch Street Glide windshield. I guess the 96-13 model, the pre-Rushmore bolt pattern is a little different, and that's what this one takes. So I will find the right deal on one. I'm not going to buy a new one for $136. I just don't think that's a reasonable price to charge for a piece of Lexan. I do also have another clear windshield, which was a Memphis Shades windscreen. It's a little taller than this, but it is clear, and I might try that one too. I mean, it's only 3 bolts. It's not difficult. So this fairing is made out of fiberglass, and they're doing a beautiful job of finish on these, and unlike some other fairings that you get out there that are just a shell, this is actually has an inner fairing to it, and so it looks very finished. I did not opt to get the audio on it. I don't really feel like I need audio on a bike. The music to me is the exhaust note. So, and with the pipes that I have on it now, you can definitely hear the exhaust note. So, big difference out. I went out for a while yesterday, and it was really hot and humid out, and the traffic was just abysmal. I got caught in a traffic jam. I'm not even going to use the video that I did yesterday because it was just terrible. There was people all over the place. It's just one of those days in traffic where it just nothing was good. And you know, I always enjoy the ride, but there were parts of it yesterday that just was irritating the crap out of me, and that's not what I look for when I go for a ride on the bike. None of that today. It's beautiful. Looks like they tore something down here. I'll be darned. I'm skirting the edge of the reservation here. The air is always cool out here by the farm fields in the summer, and just a nice deviation from the freeway. I do take the freeways a lot because it's really the quickest, the most efficient way to get around the Phoenix area, the Valley of the Sun as they call it. But sometimes the surface streets are downright suicidal at times. I mean, like yesterday, it was bad. So, anyway, coming up to the Beeline today. And one of these things about the Heritage that I've come to realize again is how much farther I can go on the fuel, a load of fuel, than I did on the Street Bob. It seems like the Street Bob with the small gas tank was always needing gas. It seems like every time I turned around it needed gas. But this one I've taken out, and I could get probably 175 miles to a tank of gas, which is pretty good actually, you know, and you know, she's still breaking in and all, but I just got the cop ahead signal from a guy, so I guess I better behave myself. Beautiful morning out here. Clouds floating by, little puffy clouds that give a little character and definition to the sky. It's the bright blue that is Arizona skies. Skies that go on forever. They call Montana the big sky country, but I tell you, that's got nothing on us. Speaking of Montana, that's our trip plan for next year with the RV that we just got. We're going to drive up there. We're going to pull the RV and see some countryside that I haven't seen before. My wife has been there. Her sister lives in Montana. We're going to go visit them and go see probably Glacier Park and some beautiful lakes and forests and things of that nature. And that's a plan for next year. So pretty soon we're going to San Diego to take the boy to SeaWorld. That's going to be fun, and I haven't been there since, oh my god, I haven't been there since I was a kid myself, so I'm sure Shamu is gone, but that's okay. I've got this funny thing about penguins. I like penguins, so I will be happy to see the penguins. Last time I was there, they had penguins just wandering around. It was kind of cool. Maybe they weren't supposed to be wandering around, but I do like penguins. So we all gotta like something weird, right? End of the riding season coming up for some people back east. I guess you got another month or so before you get snow or cold temperatures. I know there's some tough people out there that ride all year round, and there's other fortunate people that are able to pack up their stuff and go to sunnier climates once the weather turns back east. You guys have seasons. Fall would be awesome. We have two seasons, hot and not hot. And the changing of the leaves happens like the last week of December, and then they all fall off, and that's the end of it. So unless you live on a street that has a lot of deciduous trees, you don't really get to see it. Next month, or later this month, up in northern Arizona, we'll have a lot of changes, especially up around Flagstaff, where all the aspen trees are up there. They get some really bright yellows and reds up there, and then you've got that weird thing where you have the late bloomers, where everything else, all the leaves are gone, and then you'll have this big stand of trees that are brightly colored. So I want to get up there and check that out this year. So I know my wife likes to see the change of seasons, being from Wisconsin and all. So we might try to do that. Anyway, I was at the Harley shop yesterday, and they had a whole bunch of lowrider STs, which I thought were going to be like a limited production thing. But apparently they've been selling enough of them that they've boosted production, because they have a whole line of them, and people were snapping them up. You know, it's kind of a cool bike. It's not really for me. I don't really care for the fairing design, although a lot of people do. That's definitely the hot item these days. The 117 motor seems to be an interesting thing. I wonder if it's got that big step in power like you get between a 107 and a 114. I've heard that it is just an absolute torque monster. I mean the 114 pulls like a train. But anyway, interesting. I'd like to ride one. Maybe when the demo truck comes through, I'll get a ride on one. I don't really want one. I just want to see what that motor feels like. See if down the road making an upgrade to the extra displacement would be a worthwhile venture. I usually stick with kind of a stage 1 mod. I mean, when the S model Harleys already have the free flow air cleaner in it, all you got to really ever do is change it out to a K&N element. You got the full benefit, and they're tuned for that too. So you throw a set of slip-ons on, and they run great, and it's just enough adjustment in the ECU to make that work without any backfiring and popping or anything, and they just run good. You got to have some sound. Anyway, this is Randytbird out for a ride on a Sunday morning. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're getting out on your bikes and enjoying life. I'm going to cut this off. I'll probably have some more later, and we will talk to you in a little while. Hey, it's Randy. I'm back. Just here, turning around at the trailhead here. Wanted to get a good walk around on my new Reckless Industries fairing here on my Softail 114. And here she is in all her glory, as you can see. Fits nicely. Got a little polish I got to get off there. Reckless Industries out of Memphis, Tennessee, and it's got the bug splats to prove it works. A short wheel windshield, internal finisher. Did I say finisher? I meant internal. Finished out internally on the inside of the fairing, not just a shell. So no audio. I don't really want that. You can get them with audio if you want to spend the money and go with that. It's got a little glove box area in here. If you so choose, I wouldn't leave anything in there when you're riding. You can throw your gloves in there while you're parked or whatever. So I think it complements the bike tremendously. As you can see, she's looking good. I managed to scrounge up some heat shields for my pipes there. I put the Vance & Hines pipes on. The stock heat shields wouldn't work. On the 2022s, they have blacked out heat shields, but they go part of the way down the muffler. And so I scrounged these off of Sportster stock mufflers, and they fit perfectly. And still has a little chrome tip sticking out like it did with the stocker, but it covers that. But anyway, that's my new fairing, and I'm liking it. As you can see, it attaches almost like a detachable, although it is not detachable. Basically 4 bolts, actually 2 bolts if you loose them up, and it just slides right off using the stock lower mounts and then the custom mounts for the top. I changed out the bolts because they seemed to be the wrong length, so I put some other bolts in there. So little details like that. Again, there she is. Looks good. Like I say, complements the lines of the bike. It's kind of a mini bagger without having all the extra weight. And there she is, getting a farther shot. Anyway, this is Randy T-Bird out here in Arizona. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please do. Thank you for watching my videos. I sure appreciate it. You guys all have a great day.